What's up, guys? Whew. Man. Yeah, I'll try to kill the bloom. Yeah, why not? I don't think I used this gun on the bloom. I think I was using whoops. Let me do that. Oh. I think I could just teleport there. Oh no, I can't teleport there. I gotta run there anyway.
Apologies! I don't think this. You should hold it.
That's a good motherfucking experience, damn. Several thousand right there. I mean, it's not a lot.
That is for the cold reception. Rule 1, learn to be patient. You call it duplication? I call it having a backup jackpot.
Just curious how much level up. Gave me 44,000 already just with this goes.
Always smart to multiply your odds.
I kind of die a couple times on this. You guys see?
Always keep pocket aces.
Yeah, I need to quit my other gun. Yeah, I need to quit my other gun. I need to quit this.
Winner takes all. Oh, I am lost and good. shaking that one off.
You fought really fucking slow in this game. Yeah, I'm about to go back to my my doomer rumor.
Recoil never hurt anyone. I can see right through you.
Seems like the Doom fucking gun does way better. Yeah, I popped that fucking big old zit on my big old blackhead on my ass. Or not blackhead, but fucking ingrown hair. My god, this shit was fucking painful and annoying. Yeah, I already did that one. Yeah. I don't know why, because I'm at level 5, that's what I'm saying, like. Well, because it gives you more quest experience. Yeah, he wasn't that bad. All you have to do is get him off guard, get the Doom gun, and just fucking start pounding his ass. Honestly, with multiple people, if you had another player, it'd be a lot easier because you could just sit there. Still said I didn't do that yet, but I already did it. Yeah, because I'm level 5 fucking unlocked right now. I'm on level 5 right now. It must be a glitch. My hands down the shot. Dude, the Doom shotgun's just fucking better. Yeah, the Doom shotgun's just better. Oh, it wasn't too bad. I didn't get the fucking damn quest because the damn thing's fucking retarded. Yeah, it's not giving it to me. He's not too bad. I mean, if I just use a shotgun at the front in the beginning, honestly, you just fucking die. Yeah.
Crimson Resistance, huh? Guess an idea is bigger than just people.
Different planet, same old.
Mm. Mm. Go here first.
Did I ever tell you about all?
I can talk about that, but I always go back to the Fey Fuels. Fey Fuels are the best part.
Money I made?
It's still trying to wake up in that. Just could say.
I'm not scared of you, even if I sound like I am.
I can't even remember the last time I was this happy. Oh, wait, it was a minute ago. I don't know how you beat Idolater Soul. I don't think I could have.
And so the Ripper Queen's reign has ended. I bet you're one of those people who can remember being born.
It's supposed to be
That
nice today.
dancing guy was so big. From a physics standpoint, he shouldn't have worked.
Two things. One, there's a vile Ripper who could really use your protection.
I gotta throw. Yeah, the Doom gun seems to be the most strongest. I should probably use it on those one guys.
Shouldn't quit while you are ahead. Grenade out!
But yeah, work yesterday was pretty good. Could have been. Well, I can't say what it could have been better, but
Guess we will never know.
Ew, gross. Hearing about these parts too, and that is absolutely disgusting. Just revolting. Yuck.
As expected.
Thanks to you, my allergies may stop acting up tonight. If they don't, something sinister is happening.
But yeah, that's what happened at work today. Nothing really happened. We're trying to get one of our overnight lead guys, or one of our lead managers. We're trying to get him up and at him to be more excited about fucking being at work and shit. Like, he's just so dull. And like this guy I talked about before, and
Filtered out to make this
like, he thought I was talking a bunch of bullshit about people and that, and I wasn't.
You'll probably heard
And when I try to explain it to people and that, you know, and I ask for an explanation, it's just pure fucking stupidity.
and I need her focus on pulling.
I mean, I say it like that because it's just like people hate the fucking truth about people. I don't know what it is. Like, there's such negative
Still can.
people out there, just so negative.
I'd root for you if you were on the right side.
And like, I'm just sitting there like trying to figure out like what the fuck's wrong with you? What the fuck's wrong with people? Like, why is there so much negativity? And I'm like, and then I think like, oh, it's a lack of discipline. Like, oh, okay.
Let me tell you, that creature, that one, deserved it. You sleep soundly on that, okay? Not a tear lost.
My aim stays on point.
Thanks for restoring peace, Vault Hunter. Now go buy a drink or get on with you. I got work to do. Yeah. Keep moving. The moment you stand still is the moment they catch up to you.
So, I mean, I like the Fey Fields. He's got all those bounties. It's a matter of like, what? Not even 45 seconds. Got me about 100,000. Nice. Yeah, some of them you gotta go all over the fucking damn place.
I don't want to live in a world where rippers have taken so much. The worst part of the order is everything. All
No attack means no challenges.
But anyways,
Always make time for the little things.
I'm trying my best to make more, you know, at least fun for people on that, because we joke around a lot that just do stupid shit. But it's so hard to work with such negative people and that, and like, I think people just give into that shit so easily. And like, I'm just sitting there trying to talk to this guy, and then he's not a bad dude. He's actually really fucking cool. He's just, man, like he's so like he's one of those guys just should never been in a relationship, at least at his point.
I hate to see what foul licked his You've probably heard of the creature keeping Moxie's customers away. Well,
But
nobody does that but me. It's a real danger, folks. Can you take care of it?
Enjoy!
Don't think all your hard work goes unnoticed. It does not. I appreciate you, Walt Hunter. We all do.
Ooh, who did that? Guess we will never know.
One down, who knows how many more to go. But don't let it beat you down. Focus on the positive. You're doing good work. And
So, you are on top.
yeah, I am like trying my hardest to try to make things better at work and that. Sometimes it's a fucking pain in the ass.
Permanent sleep mode coming up. Fleet steps for a fleeting light. Just like so. Scattered to pieces.
Okay, see. Fuck that one's right there. Nice.
Hostiles, huh? Show me your best.
Yeah, I must have killed a lot of motherfuckers there.
Might have to actually try. I think that was a Kairos wreck. Just what I was looking for.
Fucking sneeze, bro. Oh man.
Let me free you from the fuel. That must have stopped.
Yeah, I killed this guy. I don't give a shit about that. Oh, not showing me the damn thing. Yeah.
How much do you have? Enough to pay me off?
Thanks for the hard beats, Officer. Now go buy a drink or get on with you. I got work to do.
Oh, that's why I forgot to get up. Whoops. I was wondering why my guy wasn't fucking healing. My bad. I mean, I heal with my shot, but like, I forgot to get that because that is a very good regenerative thing. Oh, cool, they pop back up.
For a creek. Most of the creatures on.
We must call the herd before they call us. And they will. I heard them whisper. Not sure what they said, but I know it was bad.
What? You see something you like?
Okay. Kill rippers.
You are not much to look at anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this gun for a little bit. I'm tired of using another one. I use the one so damn much. Okay. Yeah, it's just more fun to use. But yeah, so us and the managers are trying to figure out what's going on, how we can be able to maintain the people that we have. Because some people they just don't want to fucking work, or they want to work, but they have a hard time, like, focusing on the job. Like, one of the guys that did work with that, he's cool dude. He's definitely got some anger issues in that. Oh my god, those guys are popping up out of nowhere. Fuck. He's got a little bit of anger issues in that, lack of patience. He has addiction to fucking nicotine. I'm just like thinking to myself, like, dude, I'm like, I like, are people's mindsets that like bad? Like, I'm just trying to understand, like, people are so into being tempted in that, and like, and like all you have to do Fucking
should be
surrender
used to
yourself.
expecting the unexpected by now. I will show you what real freedom looks like. Who did that? Guess we will never know. I think that was a Kairos record. The Khan has chosen. Farewell.
Anyway, like, I keep seeing these kids having such heavy addictions, like nicotine and, you know, weed, and like everyone's so addicted to it.
I have always been precise.
Go by mama.
Two things. We must tell the herd before they call us.
Here, a bunch
And
of
they will. I heard them whisper. Not sure what they said, but I know it was bad.
Yeah. Anyway, crazy puppies. But anyway, so like, I just always see these people that every time they legalize something, like people jump on board with it. Like they legalize weed, not everyone's buying weed, and weed's fucking terrible for you, and everyone's thinking that's not, and it's just like you're full of shit. It's terrible for you. They keep on doing it, and like, and the only reason why I say weed's terrible for you is because people don't use it like they're supposed to. You know,
That
like,
was just a warm-up.
weed could be, you know, a sedative or, you know, basically an upper or downer, depending on what kind of weed that you evidently do.
Oh, froze under the pressure?
But, like, a lot of people use it for just pure stress release every time they're stressed out. I'm like, do people understand why stress occurs? I don't think people truly understand that.
You will need all your tools to dance with me. I'm going.
But yeah, so like the more you like really think about it and that, the way how people just keep on getting worse just because society demands them. Like, oh, it's okay.
I will need every stick of my feet. Whoosh! My aim stays on fire. Flushing them out.
Nice.
Ooh, who did that? Guess we will never know.
But yeah, I just noticed that a lot lately. Like it's the millennial babies, the ones that were born in the '90s, like early 2000s. Odds, I think their odds are just like seriously just like fucked when it comes down to like how life should be and then how they make their life be. I don't, I really don't think it's gonna. Fuck, I don't even know it's even gonna last that long when it comes down to like birth rates and that. Like, these people are legitimately just like kind of just fucking stupid.
You will need all your tools to that. Now I'm mad.
One less river around here is a win in my book. You know how much I love books. And winning.
Creatures!
I've never seen these things have babies, but their numbers just keep growing. Something is up.
Probably won't show you.
Oh man. I'll move around for a little bit. But yeah, so we're trying to figure out a way to like get our workers to be more involved at work. Not like we have like parties and shit like that. Oh man, that felt great. Like when I was working at Zips and as a manager, I always did like team building shit where like we would all just go and hang out, outside of work. And I mean, obviously this is a little bit different because most people have families and they're older people. Like we would go to the pool and shit and swim and talk, communicate, and get to know each other and that. Just little things and that. But like at this job now, since the job's just fucking, it's just harder. Like my Zip job was easy as fuck. Like it wasn't that hard of a job to begin with. Like the only hard job at any job is when we get fucking busy. Any type of customer service, when you get busy, that's when you have to start like focusing. But all you have to do is focus. You kind of already know what to do. And so like we always been talking about, it's like we have to stop doing the complaining thing because the morale of the place goes down when people are fucking sitting there bitching about fucking orders. And it's always been like very just all just negative people. Like people want to say these orders are really big and they're not that big, because like the way it comes down, when I say what's big is when we have like a whole bunch of like heavy grill items and that, which sometimes we do. Sometimes people buy $70 worth of fucking grill items because these drunk ass kids and that come around a lot where I live at, and they buy enormous amount of food because they have nothing else to do. Because I doubt they pay bills or do anything of sort to actually be able to keep using their currency for shit. You know, and I don't know. It's just little things like that. It just gets kind of annoying. And you're sitting there, you go to work, and then you guys sit there and deal with a bunch of fucking children complaining about it all the time. And so that's like one of the things being our, management is trying to, eliminate to a certain extent. Basically, we have to teach people fucking morals. And when it comes down to it, I'm the top person for that shit because like, no one wants to learn anymore. I bring this up all the time. And people don't want to learn anymore. People don't want to have expectations. They just want to they live life so simply. I'm gonna go home and go on, and watch movies or play video games and that. That's my life. I say your expectations have to be higher than that. You have to have something else to gain over it. Like learning never stops. Try out new things. Try out new concepts. You guys keep doing the same shit over and over again. Like I'm trying out new supplements. I'm trying out, different exercises and that. See what builds muscle bigger, or see what I like to do that doesn't fucking drain me as much of energy in that. Like there's just things you could do. People are like, oh, they'll like play a new video game, but it's like you're not learning anything. That's why back then, before we had so much entertainment, people would sit there and actually just learn new skills, and they'd be happy with new skills. They would sit there like, oh, I learned something new today. I learned about this or about that. I mean, obviously, you can be very selective on what you want to learn. Like, I'm big in psychology and biblical and stuff like that, and I lift weights and that, a little bit about the health and that. But like psychology's always been my biggest thing. I've been researching it and going through, experimenting with certain things and that for 2 decades now. And obviously, I started off very slowly. When I was 16, trying to learn certain ways why people do things and then I finally grew into what I am now. And then especially reading the Bible and that, listen to actual God Himself and how He talks and how He does things, it just started clicking. Like, and then I start getting into a little bit about how demons work in that, how temptation works, and that's been the last year or so. But it kind of like falls in line really quickly when you kind of know how the psychological works for people. we always have things in our head. And people can prove it why they get like certain negative things in their head when they're not even thinking about negative things. Those get negative things in their head. Something can spark it. Always what you say. And Jesus said our words have a lot of power. Not in the physical sense, but in the spiritual sense. Like if I say, shit motherfucker, it doesn't have any context to it, then they're just words. The meaning of them are very vague. Unless I point it out, like that person's being a shit motherfucker. And then everyone knows, oh, that person's being a dickhead or an asshole. And all those words start connecting. It means they're probably being negative. They're a negative word when they're using a certain contextual way. But just saying it doesn't mean anything unless you put some context behind it. So you start to learn about wordplay. You start to learn about how to talk. You learn how, if someone is very negative, you push positive on them. They fucking hate it. And I've been experimenting and kind of just going through it myself with people that I work with. One of the guys he seems to be very negative in that. He doesn't express himself that much. And now he's starting to express himself more because he's taking forever to get comfortable, which is ridiculous. I personally been working in this place for the last year or so. We clash here and there, and I figure out why this person's having issues. He has self-esteem issues. He looks at himself. He wants to change himself, but he keeps on doing the things that are not masculine, and you're a fucking man. Like he still wants to be the kid he used to be in high school, which a lot of people do in their fucking 20s. They don't grow up. They literally do not grow up. Not saying you can't play video games. Not saying you can't, do things that like you did when you were younger than that. But you have to look forward. God didn't create time for us to look back on our mistakes when we should learn from our mistakes through the wisdom and through the will of what God gives us. See, we always want to look back on our past and we torment ourselves to try to think we can change it. Stop thinking that. It's very satanic, very blasphemy to think these things. Because then you're going to be fucking miserable. Like when people have celebrations and that, it's good to have birthday celebrations or have a yearly celebration at work and that. But people have the opposite of celebration. They'll have like a negative celebration about something that happened. Someone died. They're like, I wish that person was around. And it's like, well, in some cases, you know, you're wishing about something that's never going to happen. You know, and then they'll go through the whole thing. Why doesn't God do this? God do that? You ask so much demanding. And you know what it is? I was listening to it. One of the sermons that Jesus put out. We did the Father's Prayer. He taught us how to pray. And he said, stop asking for things. People be like, what? So what people try to do is they try to ask for things in a mortal standpoint. I mean, yes, you can ask for, you know, certain things. And yeah, communicate with God is great, you know. We should be asking questions and stuff like that to get answers. But the biggest biggest fucking problem that most humans, especially nowadays, have is fucking pride. We do not submit ourselves to fucking nothing. We're fucking complete fucking retards out there. We have so much pride, and that's why sins are getting at a high. That's why you get a lot of sloth and gluttony. You probably get a lot of fat fucking people out there now. They're sloth, they're gluttony, and the reason why these sins matter, because that temptation leads you to be emotional. When you give in to temptation, you become more emotional. Then you start figuring out what makes you feel good. And what happens is the demons know this because they know our psyche way more than we do. Fuck, way more than I do. And I'm learning a lot about this shit. They give you the stuff that you want to feel good of. They don't want you to work hard. That's why prideful people are always looking for looking, you know, to one up someone. They get through all this revenge, all this rebellion and shit, and you look at their lives. People fall into temptation, fucking every second of the day. They don't understand because they don't want to know the truth. And the best thing for Satan to do is to be like, hey, I don't want you to know that God's literally there for you. God's literally waiting for you to give in, but I don't want you to give in because you don't need him because you got yourself. And then people start falling in line with sin. They fall off the edge of the narrow path. And then to a certain standpoint, people start living in hell before they get into hell because they want you to be miserable, because they want you to get used to being in misery when, you know, you do feel good. But that feel good is not a love. It's just a reaction from the brain to something because you're negative. So, like, if you smoke weed, it boosts up your dopamine and then you feel good. But someone that, you know, has naturally high dopamine because they're happy, they're positive, they're with God, it's completely different feeling. That's what I try to explain to people. It's like, just because you smoke something that makes you fucking high on dopamine, you get a head rush. Not everyone's going to look at it from the same perspective. Because some people just feel good because they're accomplishing shit. They're doing stuff in their life. They're doing what God actually wants them to do based upon their personality. Because, like, the things that you have inside your head, that's your personal, actual, just stuff in your head, the things you want to do. Like, for instance, like I said, I like studying psychology. I love that stuff. Guess what? Love, God. God's will is want me to implicate with that. I love doing it. I don't need to be anything, but doing that makes me extremely fucking happy. That's God's will. God wants me to do that. That's why it makes me happy. I love doing it. I could take a negative spin or a positive spin. I'd rather be more positive about it. Just like talk about being healthy in that. God talks about it all the time in the Bible about the work your hands, get a job that makes you strong. You constantly are working. You're constantly building muscle, constantly building stronger, you know, ligaments and tendons and that. Because he wants you to be strong. He doesn't want you to be a fat sack of shit all day smoking fucking weed and thinking life's so terrible. And like It's all about that understanding. Once you pull yourself out of the world of Satanism, out of the world of Satan, which is the world right now, people fall in line with it very easily, but they choose to do it. Literally, it is your fucking choice to be miserable. It's your choice to not be happy. People make up things like, well, I would be happy if I had more money. I said, well, happiness and money don't go well together. You're not happy because you have more money. You're happy because you could buy materialistic shit, which is a sin. That's what it is. So like you could be happy walking around and smelling the fucking flowers during springtime. Look at the birds and look at the animal life around you and that, and seeing how beautiful they are and that, or smelling beautiful flowers and that. Look at all the beautiful colors and that. That can make you happy. As a kid, before you even knew about money, that's what made you happy. Probably the only thing I think a lot of people should go back to is how you are as a kid. How beautiful life was when you first opened up your eyes. You could see perfectly. You had 20/20 vision. Everything was so bright and beautiful in that. You were always excited about a lot of different things. But you live life with that excitement. And guess what that excitement is? God's will. That excitement keeps pumping in you. When you first wake up, you get excited about being with your family. You get excited about eating certain foods. That's God right there. As you get older, you start to dive into hormones, and girls start getting tits and asses, and the guys start dropping their balls. They start getting more mature, but with maturity comes active rules and responsibility. As a kid, your responsibilities are very low. That's why you can run around and play video games all day. Your personality can grow. Like I remember playing around and like playing around with action figures and that for hours and hours and hours. I was so included to it. No one ever bothered me. I played video games that I wait for, my parents like, oh, dinner's ready, oh, or lunch is ready. That's what literally God does for us. He just wants us to be happy. He doesn't want anything else to happen but our happiness. And but as you become an adult, you have to make your own happiness. You have to struggle with other people. You have to struggle with people that are probably not going to be like you. And so you have to learn how to tolerate certain things. Sometimes just being nice is letting everything blow over is the best thing to do. You know, to let things go because it's not worth the time. It's just like, when people sit there and they do stupid stuff, like for instance, we were talking about it at work, and this is a really good concept. A homeless dude came in, and he had a tumbler with him, a basically a big ass drink cup, and he went to go get soda without paying for it. So he was stealing. So he did an act of a sin. He was stealing. So he starts sinning. And how Jesus tells us to reply to those sins: take it. Take more. Take it all. What you take that, I'll give you another one. Why does he say that? Because Jesus is looking at it from the Father's perspective. None of that matters. Take all the money. It's fine. We'll just get more. People want to get offended by it. So when people steal, they don't want to work. And when they don't want to work, they don't get fed. So they resort to being a criminal. They resort to sinning to get themselves fed. Well, God's going to judge you on that. But as this went on, one of the manager ladies said something. Said, hey, that's stealing. He knows it's stealing. He doesn't need you to say anything. And then he reacted with envy, with anger. You start getting mad. Instead of just saying like, oh, you could just go, then it's fine. And it says like, but next time, you're gonna have to pay for it. And then the person would have left. But what happens is when you sin with sin, the devil reacts. He's like, gotcha. That's why when someone's sinning, you give them love, you give them security, because that's what makes them change. You say, I understand that you wanted that, but next time, at least tell me that you're getting it. And that's it. And then people always bring up, oh, the whole money thing. I get it. I don't think people that have money should use their money for stuff that's worth money. People that don't have money because they can't work, and a lot of them do have issues with that, but if they're criminals in that and they're not trying to be nice, like this guy was evidently kind of being a dick. Yeah, God's gonna deal with that on your behalf. We try way too much to try to be the judgers. Judgers of what? Like, what are we trying to judge? Well, people do bad stuff. People always do bad stuff. We all do bad. I do bad stuff every day. It may not be crucially fucking ridiculous stuff. No, it's just stupid, silly stuff. Like minor stuff. Like calling someone a shithead or something like that. Just minor stuff. But instead of the lady reacting with, you gotta pay for it next time, and that you can't be just taking stuff for that because stuff costs money. This is a business. And if you looked at her and that kind of gave her like stuff, it's like, well, he's like, you can leave. He's like, I'm gonna let you go this time, but next time, and that honestly, you're gonna have to pay for it. But obviously, it's a woman doing it with a man. This is where we start having kind of that issue that why women shouldn't be at least management. I say that with the best of heart ever because women themselves they can't deal with men. Like if that was me, completely different story. He would have looked at me completely differently because I don't have any negative influences on me that much. And because I got enormous fucking arms, I'm a big fucking dude, so like it'd be a different perspective. He would look at me and be like, yo, bro, it's like next time we got to pay for it. But you can go. It's like you're starting up way too much stuff. You're gonna have to leave. And he would have never done nothing. Why? Because men understand hierarchy. When they see you do that stout, they already know, okay, that dude's probably stronger than me instantly, and I'm not going to do that because I can't overpower him. And then other customers start dealing with it and that, and also, there's other people trying to push him out, and that he ended up getting arrested anyway, but the whole point of it is that why push yourself into a temptation? You know why people do it a lot? It's because it feels good. I'm really getting the hang of this, like why Jesus said specific things, and people do things that makes it feel good. They go into sin because it feels good. For a person like me that's traditional, sinning is bad. It feels bad. It feels bad to get angry at people. Some people love it. They dive into that negativity all the time. So let's go back to how this person is. No, when anyone says I hate everybody, is a fucking loser because that means you just hate yourself. If you say, well, I don't hate myself, but if you hate everybody, that's including yourself. And they say, well, I don't hate myself, then why do you hate everybody? Well, it's because people do stupid shit. You do stupid shit. Other people think you do stupid shit too, because you do. So you do just hate yourself. You hate when people do stupid shit. But the word stupid means lack of knowledge. Everybody does stupid shit. That's why when you use the sins as a repercussion thing to try to understand stuff, pride leads to all the other sins. Because pride is like the locking mechanism. It locks you in because you refuse to surrender to God. You just refuse to do it. And a lot of people have issues with that. If not, almost everybody does. I could say with myself, I have problems submitting when I was younger and that. But submitting as a kid is easier because you are weak and inferior. Everyone's stronger than you. That's why, as a baby now, God's at his strongest with you to maintain you, but his will is to flow through you to make you learn things that you are different. So if I think back in my past, fucking, 30 years ago, when I was in school, and I was scared, I was superstitious, but I like having fun. That I like expressing myself. But I had people be very negative towards me, and I would cry and be upset about it, and I'd be like, "Why you treat me like this?" So I try to comprehend it. I said, "Why is this even happening? Like, why is there such negative people out there?" And then they always bring up, things about their parents and that, and they bring up all this bullshit. I said, because when people don't follow God's will and the way God wants us to live, the consequences are massively fucking severe. Like, for instance, my parents stayed traditional. They're still married. They've been married for the last, 40 something fucking years. They're staying traditional. They actually love each other. They might get in arguments and stupid shit like that, but they actually love each other. When you look at other people in that, they literally betray each other because inside their minds, they think, well, if the man doesn't act perfect like this, then I shouldn't have to be with them. And then the man's like, because the man normally is the one that tries to keep the relationship together, at least for the most part, if he's traditional, faithful to God and that, you know, that's what everything has to do with God. Everything has to do with Jesus. Everything has to do with Jesus. You know, and we can sit there all day and try and make up fucking shit. Like, why does it matter? Because you can't fight demons without Christ. You just can't. I don't give a shit if you're Muslim, Hindu, Buddha, all these other fucking fake ass religions out there. You can't truly fight the demons just with your will alone. It does not work. Because then you see it. You see it with people all the time. You always will fall in line with one of the sins. And sometimes it could be a ridiculously heavy sin. Like envy. You fall in love with envy. You fall in love with pride. Pride and envy kind of work hand in hand. Just like greed works with gluttony and lust, and they all work together as one. They all do it. Just like being a righteous person, that we got the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments give us the fine lines of what we should be doing as humans. But then you can go in detail about it, like adultery. You know, people say, well, what is adultery? Adultery is, fucking people without marriage. Looking at someone for not the heart of the person, but just the body of the person. Because you start lusting after it. Your flesh craves that feeling of release. That's why saying it feels good when you bust the nut, that's all you're going to care about. You're not going to look at the person. I mean, you probably do, because most people fall in love, but they'll take the flesh more than the spirit. That's how you have people say, like my ex, for instance, a selfish woman, materialistic. She had so many temptations going off. She really had pride, envy, She had greed. She was super materialistic in that when it came down to things and that. She always wanted to get a fucking rush of feelings. But the only feeling that she needed was love. Everything else would have happened anyway. Love with being with someone. Love with having a companion. But as the days went on, her relationship and that, it started to get really fucking bumpy. And now that I know what I know now, I can look back there and now I can pinpoint exactly what occurred with things then. The demons were pushing on her hard. She wanted that this perfect fucking life that she already had. Satan was using her past to destroy her present. Basically, her future basically is going to be the same shit until she submits to God, until she submits to Christ, until she realizes my past doesn't matter. People have a hard fucking time with that because they want their will to be done. That's why it's always important to know your will doesn't mean anything.